All right. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to my office. I'm sitting on the countertop just because I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Today we're talking about the budget for the Skoolie. So if you're interested in doing a bus and you don't know how much it's going to cost, hopefully this will help you kind of figure it out. Our bus cost is going to be different than yours, obviously, because we did ours 3 years ago. And prices have changed. Lumber is more expensive, I've heard now, because of the Rona and some other things. But hopefully you can see the breakdown and just kind of you figure it out for yourself. You can download the whole Google Doc. I put links below. I also have links to like some of the tools we used and some other affiliate links that you can check out if you're interested. But today we're going to get nerdy. We're going to look at a spreadsheet. Which is funny if you know me because I'm not a spreadsheet person. I'm like medium organized. And people always ask me like, how much does the bus cost? And I would just say, like about $20,000. Because I just was like in my mind, I was just like tallying things up. So some of the spreadsheet has actual receipts from Home Depot, and most of it I just like went through my Amazon history and like added it all up. And then kind of guesstimated with like plywood prices and the ceiling cost and all that. So I did the math and the measurements and all that. But it's taken me 3 years to do it. So that should tell you how much I think about money and numbers. But I have my computer. I'll go get it, and then we'll just talk through it, and you can kind of see how much it actually cost. Was $20,000 right? Well, I don't know. Record my screen. Record. Is it going? It's going. All right, we're recording my Google Doc right here. It's color coded. This is the thing that if you download it, you can look along with me if you'd like. I'm also screen recording, so it'll be up here, or I'll put my head whoosh, up in the corner. Watch out for the ceiling. So here we go. The grand total, we'll just start big and we'll work our way down. The grand total with tools was $21,658. So $20,000 is pretty close. Without tools, I didn't really buy any tools. I had a chop saw, I had a drill, had a skill saw, jigsaw, all the saws, and then I borrowed the rest from people, mostly my dad. Thanks, Dad. And so I didn't have to buy a lot of tools for this, but if you have to buy tools, I put a tools list over here in blue, and that totaled to $1,800. If you need to buy it all brand new, go to garage sales, buy it secondhand, borrow it. Unless you're going to be converting a lot of buses, it's better to borrow tools if you can. The bus, the total without the bus was $16,453.21. It's very exact. We got our bus for $3,400. Which if you're looking for buses right now, you're probably like, that's crazy. And it is crazy. We lucked out big time. So we found our bus a mile away on Craigslist, and it was 40-foot pusher, good Cummins engine, had under storage, very little rust, good tires, everything checked out. It was great, and it was like the only one that we looked at. Well, we looked at one other up north in Tacoma, but it was our second one, and we just bought it. It was listed for $3,500, but I offered him $34,000, and he took it. So that's kind of the big picture of the cost. And then I broke down the cost into different sections, into the demo. The demo's pretty cheap. I bought food for my friends, the dump run, some trash bags, some gloves, another dump run, some blades, WD-40 to loosen the screws, drill bits, and then I recycled the steel, so I got $37 back, score, and then some other screw getter outer things. And then the exterior, I'm just going to walk through this. So if you get bored at any time, you've already seen the big numbers, so you can just click away, hit like, give me a thumbs up, and then you can scoot out of here at any time. You do not have to watch these videos. When people leave comments, they're like, waste of my time. I'm like, don't, just turn it off. Anyway, sorry, YouTube comments. All right, the exterior, I bought tire covers. That was $80. Caulk, blades, putty knife, rollers. That was for cleaning the windows. That was $67. More caulk, more caulk. I bought a lot of caulk. I got some Eternabond roof tape. It's $100. Exterior house paint. Sherwin-Williams. It was $100. I only used 1 gallon for the color. And then the Tropicool, which is the roof like rubber kind of coating, that was $250. That was 5 gallons. So that's a big chunk of change. And then I got some exterior white Rust-Oleum for the stripes along the side. So painting wasn't too bad. The floor, I bought a little disc for scraping the rust converter, and all the links. If you download the Google Doc, all the links are on column D over there on the right. So yeah, if you want to like see what we used. Rust converter, we used some flex tape and aluminum tape to fill the holes and then painted over that. You can see all these videos we did this. Pour 15 was rust preventative paint. That was $145. That's pretty expensive. Screws and bits, again, I'm just constantly buying screws and bits. More bits, jig blades. If you don't know, in a Skoolie conversion, you're going to break bits. So try to get nice ones if you can. I pounded through a pack of 10 from some Chinese place on Amazon in like half a day. So subfloor tongue and groove, 3/4 inch plywood. They're $50 each, and we used about 10 of them. I think it was probably cheaper when we did it, but I just used the current market price for that. This is one of the things I did retroactively. I did not save the receipt for that. Saw blade, liquid nails, sheet metal screws, patching and leveling stuff to kind of fill in the plywood so our flooring would go on top of it. We painted over the plywood just to give it an extra little protection. We used Armstrong flooring. So it was $100 for 25 square feet, which is $4 a square foot, if you do the math right, which is kind of expensive, and the stuff kind of shrunk on me. So if I was going to do it today, I'd get the Home Depot stuff that kind of like clicks in, and it's kind of like a floating floor. But it's okay, and it got damaged when it was shipped, so I got like 6 or 7 free sheets of it because they would smash it every time they delivered it. So I got a pretty sweet deal. It probably would have been more than $650, probably more like $1,000 for the flooring. Yeah, it should have been $1,300 is what I wrote here in my notes. See, look at me doing math. I got some 2x4s for the wheel wells to cover them, to put the insulation in, and I don't know, I just covered them for some reason. The insulation, $26. More screws, more bits, $7. 2x2s for the framing, $42. I ran 2x2s along the whole length of the bus to screw the plywood into. The Skylight, I actually saved the receipts for all this, so this is actual numbers. Hardware, wood, acrylic sheets, drill bits, hinges, screws, shims, masks, speed square. Square? Did I buy a speed square? Yeah. Alright, so that's that. There's a whole video on the Skylight you can watch. The electrical, this one I saved receipts for too, so I returned some stuff, which no one cares about, but I added that in. Electrical supplies, $112. Some spray foam and some more electrical, $116, $35, $38, $28. Just more electrical stuff. That's like 6 runs to Home Depot, because you can't just go once to Home Depot. You gotta go as many times as you can. I think I did like 5 in one day once. I've learned, so when you're doing plumbing, just buy more than you think you'll need. Like twice as much, because you can always return it. You save yourself 5 trips. Rerunning the coolant lines. So I got the insulation foam for the outside of the coolant line. You can watch this video too. Had to refill the coolant, which was like a bunch of coolant. Elbows, connectors, other things. $112. So that was like a $300 project. The more bus electrical. Oh, this is for the electrical underneath. So I have 4 deep cell batteries. I got them from Interstate. You can ask them if they have any returned ones or used ones. They'll give you a deal. I do not use those anymore. So that's $200 we wasted. Got some battery mats and some tie downs so they don't have to sit straight on the metal. A little padding underneath. Got a battery isolator. Got one from Interstate, but I linked an Amazon one that's pretty similar. Battery wires. They cut up my wires for me at Interstate and soldered them or melted them. They did the thing for me. Plug for charging the batteries. Fuse box, power supply for batteries, so I could plug them into 110 and have them charge. And then the power cord is what we run to the house now. So that's a 50 amp, 100 foot or 75 foot cord. So that was $300 to get power from here to our house, which is way overkill if you're just gonna like plug in at a RV site. Usually you can get away with like 20 feet. But we went for 75 feet. Some adapters, some splitters, miscellaneous, rounded up to 100 on that one. That was a guess. Power plug, 50 amp. Yeah, just different plugs and stuff. So that was all of our getting power to the bus section. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. I got $1,000. Sheesh. Plumbing and bathroom. I have P-trap as its own category. $644. Concrete board we didn't actually end up using, which I probably should have used. Or no, I used some. I returned just that, $23 worth. Miscellaneous parts, PEX, fixtures, elbows, $500 was a guess. I didn't save receipts on that. Gray water tank, $91. Gray water rubber gasket goes into the gray water tank, so you can shove a pipe into it. Who's this?
Hi.
Hey.
I'm heading out. I'll be right back.
Okay, see ya.
Okay.
Yeah, you scared me.
Did I interrupt you?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. Where were we? Gaskets. The water heater we got was electric. I probably would go with propane now if we're going to do it again. $215. Kitchen sink, $115, which is too expensive for a sink. Our sink is too big. It's whatever. Bathroom sink, $100. Probably could get all these like on the side of the road or like on offer up or something for cheaper. Our bathtub is pretty cool. I have a link to it. It's a 36 by 24, so it's a tub for kids. Our composting toilet, $1,000 for the Nature's Head toilet, which is just crazy. Wish I could just like dig a hole and put a bucket underneath, but I'd probably go with the separate toilet now if I was going to do it again, so I could run the pee into the gray water tank and not have to change my pee bucket all the time. Shower curtain rod's a cool bendy one. There's a link to that one. It's actually sweet for like a unique place, like the bus. The hose inlet, it's a little thread. Hello?
Sorry, Ben. Is your thing at 1 or 2?
2.
Okay, so I have time.
You have to be back in 20 minutes. All right, here we go. Hose inlet, the thing you screw the hose into to get water, $25. Gray water outlet, that's the tube that goes out of the gray water into the sewage pipe, $25. Water hose and filter, $50. Bathroom window tint, $30. So links to all that stuff that we bought there. The bench, this is just wood. We use plywood, regular wood, some hardware, the piano hinges, $96, $200 for plywood. Yeah, that's a lot of money. More wood. Stain, we didn't end up using the stain, but we bought it. And then more hinges, and then we returned some stuff. And some more sandpaper and some more wood. That seems like a lot of money for those benches. That might have been wood for the bed, too, in the back. I don't know. That seems like a lot for these benches. Maybe it was that much. The walls, so wood walls, we used underlayment, 2 foot high all the way along because we have windows above, so it's just a little strip of wood. That ended up being like $200. That's for the bathroom and the kitchen walls too. Paint, $100. Insulation, $30 per sheet, ended up being $150. That's a rough guesstimate just based on math. Framing, 2x3s, $40. That's what we framed out the bathroom with. That's the only 2x3 framing we used. Ceiling, we'd use some spray foam for the ceiling, some more spray foam. You should just get like a contractor's box of spray foam if you're doing a bus. Ceiling tape, we use like the metal stuff to tape up the pink rigid. We use rigid insulation. We use 1x2s to run along the metal ribs, screwed them in, and then screwed our tongue and groove into that. Cedar tongue and groove, $1,100. That's an estimate based on mathematics. And the ceiling insulation was $422. Did I already say we did ceiling insulation? Oh, the insulation up above that I just said was for the walls. $150 just for the walls. That makes more sense. The ceiling insulation was $422. That's an actual receipt. Whenever there's a decimal, 422.14, that's a receipt that I saved because of responsibility. Okay, the bed. So this is the bed wood. So I guess the bench wood that I just talked about was actually just for the bench. Wood, $135, $185. Had to go back for more wood. Use some cedar in there. So it's a little bit more expensive. And then the hardware, some hinges and some stuff for like the storage on the side. $128. So that was $400-ish for the bed. Appliances and electronics. Appliances. Microwave. All of these, like the stuff we have in our bus is nicer than like the microwave we had in our house. We picked up off the side of the road, but the microwave for the bus, $300. I don't know why. The fridge, $400. A lot of people have asked about this fridge. They don't sell it anymore. I'm so sorry, but there's a link to where it used to be for sale. Air conditioner, $600, which is crazy. The controller for the inside is another $80, so $680 for AC. The stove, $220. Light strips along this. We have an LED light strip. We lost the controller for it, so we just have it unplugged. Interior lights, we only have 4 little recessed lights, $45. Links to those there. This is all run off 110. Outdoor solar lights, pretty cool. Goes right outside the front. Backup camera, $100. Link to that one. It broke, so I wouldn't use that one. Usually I just have someone outside telling me to stop if I'm going to hit something. Soft stuff, that's a category. Curtains, $200. That was just math for you can find. Joann's has like 50% off sales sometimes, so we got a sweet deal on our curtains. But yeah, just go in and ask them when their next sale is, because it's overpriced unless it's half off. Couch material, this was Joann's too, $500. We got like a sticky pad for underneath and then regular material for the outside. And then the curtain rods, the copper pipe we used, was $200. Cushions, we just bought the foam off Amazon, $175. More cushions, $250. Tuft and needle bed, $760. I'm gonna have a link for all like the big ticket items that we bought in like a little the kit.co little website, so you can click on that and see like all the big stuff that we end up buying. And then I have a list of tools, random tools that didn't make it into the big tools section. Hole saws, corner jig, pocket hole corner jig thing, shop vac, drill bits, circuit tester, just some small things, clamps. And then some miscellaneous stuff. A rock climbing hold for the front door is $65. The lock for the bus was $20. Cubic mini stove was $800. We got $200 off for posting on Instagram. So just message them, be like, I have an Instagram. Would you give me some free money? And they'll say sure. Moonshade, $350. That thing kept blowing away, so it's not really a good solution for us having a parked bus. Having it up during the winter didn't work great. Should just build an awning here if we're going to keep it here for long. The windshield shades that roll up to block the front windshield. Cargo clamps. These are for the car seats, little eye hook bolts that our car seats latch into. People have asked about those, so there's a link to those there. Outdoor table brackets. It's not on right now because it's wet, but it's to snap up a little table off the side. Licensing the bus was $300, and an RV sewer hose. That's different than the sewage thing I talked about earlier. I think this is the hose, and the other thing was like the valve to open and close it. So that's all the things that I recorded. If you're still watching, congratulations. Give yourself a gold star. And if you have any questions for me, just leave me a comment. And thanks for watching. We'll have links to everything below. I already said that. If you like this video, hit a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it's nice. It's encouraging when you spend time on videos for people to click a little button. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time we make a video. Peace.